Okay, what's up? This is Jayman Show. My guest is Amar from manager for the Wu Tang Clan. But hey, man, good to see you on the show today. Come on the show.
What's up? What's up, brother? I'm
Uh,
actually just to clarify, I work
okay.
with Wu Tang Management.
Hmm.
I'm president of Wu World Radio. But I also work mainly right now. We're doing a lot of work with Capadonna. Me and Cap got a company called God Love Family. That's what I'm pushing right now. We got the God Love Family clothing line that we pushing right now. As well as some music and things of that nature. So yeah, we got a lot of things going on.
Okay, yeah, sounds like it's gonna be great. Yeah. Is there any way that me as I asked to send your music to you as well as any other artists? Because I got some songs I want you to check out. Yeah. Did
Oh
you
yeah, yeah, definitely. You got my email. Yeah,
yeah.
shoot it over.
Okay. Did you get my? I think I did. Did you want me to get it? think I sent it to him. Did you
I,
get it?
I seen a couple of emails. I mean, I seen the one for the show. I didn't know if it was the same one that you sent a couple of times, but I go
Yeah.
back and check. I didn't see any music.
Okay, great. Because I'll definitely, if you do anything to help me in my producer, that'd be great. We
Oh,
just
definitely, definitely.
that down here. Yeah. So okay. So I guess my question is how did you get started as in the music business? How did you first get started?
Well, I mean, music, because I'm an artist myself, so pretty much I got started in the music industry through just the love of the music itself. Freestyling my peoples. Every time people came over my crib, we would get in a freestyle session. So it was already the love of the culture, love of the music. We was into it. My sister actually, Tanya, she started working for Razor Sharp with RZA, Mook, and everybody. She actually was, I believe, was hired by Mook, which is the same guy that I'm partnering with right now with the Wu World Radio.
Hmm.
So she's pretty much the one that introduced me to everybody in the Wu. Um, and like I said, from there just fluctuated. I started working with Mook with what he was working with. Like I said, the Wu World Radio. We had the DJ Coalition. Um, and then, like I said, me and Cap went off on the GLF venture. So now, we just got a lot of arms and a lot of things going on there.
Oh yeah, sounds cool. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely down. So yeah. So what made you want to be? So what got you interested in music at a young age?
Um, just the culture, man. Like Run DMC, Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, EPMD, everybody. You know what
I
I'm
hear you.
saying? It was like
Yeah.
back there, everybody was them. Everybody was bringing something unique, and I loved every part of it. I loved the originality, the expression. You know what I mean? Because hip hop started from a place where we as Black people, we didn't really have access to big studios and big machines to make equipment. So we was looping fucking break loops
Yeah.
and rhyming over. You know what I'm saying? And that by itself gave us a chance to jump on the music because music is in us. You know what I mean? So however we got a chance to express that, we took it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And from that, like I said, music was in me anyway. So to see other people doing it, like to be honest with you, when I used to watch people like Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, I thought what they was doing was some next level. I didn't think that was regular. Regular people could do
Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Until later when I started doing it, when I'm on some, maybe I'll get into the industry. But yeah, back in the days, like I used to look at them people on another plateau, not like just anybody could jump in and start rapping. You had to be special.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's absolutely. So absolutely. Yeah. So what advice can you give to artists like me? That want to be a musician, or how can we follow in your footsteps?
I mean, shit. I'm as far as an artist, I'm still working right now to get my recognition. I mean, just pretty much use your contacts. You know, you know people in certain places. Don't be afraid to give them your music, give them your material, um, and just stay at it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the internet, which is something that is really new. I mean, people got to understand the internet is very valuable as far as pushing yourself, but you got to also understand the dynamics. Like, I don't care if you got 5,000, 10,000 friends on Facebook,
Hmm.
you need a paid promotion if you really want that kind of exposure because Facebook will not let all of your people see all of your content. You
Yeah.
got to pay for that.
Hmm.
I mean, so people definitely got to understand the business aspect of this and understand that, regardless of how good your music is,
Hmm.
if your business ain't on point, then, you're just doing it for fun.
So yeah, I get you. So Is there any way that did you provide any services that we can help?
Say it again.
Do you provide any services for artists like us? Any service that we can check out?
Well, you want to check Mook and Jimmy. They got the PYN label. You know what I mean? I don't really, deal with that aspect of the business. But yeah, you can definitely hit up Jimmy King, hit up Mook. They could get you situated with the whole, that's a digital platform that people could get their music to all of these different digital stores, the iTunes store, the Apples, the Amazon, all that other stuff. So they definitely got that available for artists if they want their music distributed. But even what you also got to understand is even with a distribution deal, distribution ain't nothing if the people don't know your music is in them stores. So it goes right back to advertising and marketing yourself. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, as long as if you want to really get into the business aspects of it, then you really got to study the business aspect of it. You know what I mean? That's really the difference.
Absolutely. I hear what you're saying. So are you in Boston right now? Are you still in Boston?
Yeah, I'm in Massachusetts, not Boston exactly, but I'm in Massachusetts, is the legal weed state. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So we can definitely meet up in person to talk, right? Because I guess we'll start.
Yeah. I mean, y'all still got the TV station out there?
Y'all
still doing it?
Oh yeah, well, it actually closed now due to COVID. So we can't. Yeah, so but that's why I talked to you basically on Zoom right now. But we can definitely meet somewhere and talk. So, I definitely want to hook up with you. So
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So what artists have you worked with though in the past? Like big, big artists.
Well, when it comes to artists, like I do a lot of things. I mean, and I actually, I used to do a TV show called The Underground Network.
Yeah.
The Underground Network was a show that I did actually in Florida, and we used to interview artists, real school artists, as I like to call them. So pretty much all the artists that I respect their work, just about all of them I've had a chance to meet. And a lot of them came on my show, Smith and Wesson, Buckshot, Dougie Fresh. I mean, like I said, I had the show for a couple of years, so we had a chance to interview a lot of different people. Music wise, as far as professionally, I think my first professional project was the Hook Off with Capadonna. That was the first ever hip hop album with no hooks, straight bars. You know what I mean? And if y'all never heard the Hook Off, y'all need to check that, because that's like a little jewel right there, G. Like straight from the beginning to end, straight bombs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Hook Off. And that's where, like, I think it was 17 joints and I was on like 11. So it was kind of like, it was like a compilation with me and Cap. And that's where we really kicked off the GLF entertainment and went further with it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that was definitely my first introduction. After that, I'm on a lot of Capadonna projects. I've done a couple of videos. If you check, do a search on YouTube, you can see a couple of my videos. But most of my professional work is done under GLF Entertainment with Capadonna.
Okay, that sounds great. And do you still have a podcast show? Is that what we? I love to be on your podcast show.
Well, the funny thing is, when I started the Wu World Radio, everybody kept telling me to get a show on Wu World Radio. So I'm still thinking about that. I might eventually go ahead and do something like that. But right now, between the clothing line, between the music, and a lot of other things that we're working on, it's kind of, I want a radio show or a podcast is something that is a commitment. And I don't want to start something that I can't commit to. So when I feel like I got the available time to commit to it, yeah, I might definitely jump into that.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So what inspires you? What gives you creativity, inspiration?
I mean, music wise, I mean, it depends on what field you're talking about. And music wise, good music inspires me. You know what I'm saying? When I turn around and hear some music that's current, but not the same, because me personally, and this is my personal opinion, in hip hop, we need originality. If you sound like somebody else, that's, that ain't it. I want to hear your presentation of your uniqueness. You know what I mean? So when I hear somebody is unique, it's something I never heard before, that kind of shit inspires me. Like, okay, especially when people are listening to it, because it gives you, like, all right, people are still listening to good shit. Because to be honest with you, right now, everybody's zombies as far as I'm concerned. Everybody listen to the same shit. They don't care whether it's good or bad. If everybody's on it, they on it. Like, that's corny to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I look for my music. I look for good artists. And if they're truly good, regardless of the hype, that's when they become some of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? And that's what inspires me music-wise. Community-wise and work-wise and business-wise, what inspires me is the condition of our community. You know what I mean? Right now, not even right now, forever, we've been under a very high level of oppression to the point where we really can't get to where we need to get to as people. So when it comes to doing businesses and trying to expand on business and reach out to different organizations and people and try to build something in the Black community, that inspires me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that's a necessity. It's like food. Pardon my language, it's like food. It's necessary. If we don't do something, just like if you don't eat, you ain't gonna live. If we don't do something about a condition that's taking us, you know, I mean, you see it every day. Police killing brothers, brothers getting locked up, and then, you know, not finding out it was a setup till 10 years later, and they already lost 10 years. I mean, the oppression's been going on forever, and we can see it every day. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is motivation to, yo, do something, because you could talk about it all day, but if you ain't actually doing a physical movement to make a change, then it ain't no good.
I know, I feel on that one, you know, yeah. So how's fentanyl affecting you so far? The corona part, is that affecting your music right now?
Corona's an interesting beast, you know what I mean? Because I don't even want to get into the dynamics of it itself, but the whole, to me, it's all about using your time correctly. In the time that I was stuck on Corona, I done worked on about 3 or 4 different business plans that are still being developed and grown. You know what I mean? So this time that I would have normally been in the hustle and bustle, maybe traveling, being that I'm not able to travel, I'm using this time now to establish some shit to where if I gotta be here, I might as well be doing something productive. You know, so that's pretty much what it went to. I started a lot of things. I did a lot of things in my time not being able to go out. So I kind of think it was a benefit for me. You know what I mean? On a business level, because it got me focused on productivity. You know?
I hear what you're saying. I definitely feel you know, because I never experienced for my lifetime though. So yeah, it's definitely a change now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's definitely, as far as the changing factor, this is a whole different world right now. You know, if I would tell somebody in January what the condition of us today is, they would have thought I'm bugging, like a conspiracy theorist. Like, oh, word, everybody got to wear a mask in order to get into a store. That's get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It don't even sound rational. You know what I mean? But we living in it. And the fact is, you know, this industry, music industry, we didn't do no shows last year, 2020.
Yeah.
2019, they had the Wu Tang documentary. We had the Hulu series. Shit was popping. U.S. tour and an international tour. There was a lot of moving going on. You know what I mean? 2020, not a single show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about the impact of Corona on industry-wise, the music industry has been ravished by this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And people are looking forward to 2021, but the winter's just starting.
Yeah.
We're just going back into the stuff we just started easing up. All the restrictions that just started easing up is going right back in place right now. So, you know, we ain't really seen it yet. You know, people think they've seen the worst of it. I still got my eyes open. I ain't saying ain't nothing worse gonna happen, but I'm just saying I got my eyes open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Actually, that's something too. There's a song that I released, and I'm about to drop it again because it's like the 2020 joint. It's called Your Choice.
Okay.
If you go on the YouTube, type Amar Divine, Your Choice. Yeah, that's my little 2020 wrap up of everything that went down this year. Not even this year. It's really, that song extends towards everything, but 2020, you definitely gonna feel it. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. I can't wait to hear that song. You know, that song's gonna be a good song. You know, we should. So everyone please check out that song. That's gonna be a song you need to hear. You know, absolutely.
Yeah, it's on YouTube already, but I'm gonna promote it again a little bit on social media in a minute. Okay. But yeah, it definitely got good feedback. Check it out. It's called Your Choice.
That sounds good. I'll definitely promote it too, you know. So I can absolutely, yeah. So what do you think? What can we do to change the world in your opinion? What can we do to change the world in your opinion?
Say that one time.
I said, what can we do to change the world in your opinion, to make the world better in your opinion? How How can we change the world? Make the world better.
Or how can we change the world?
Yeah.
Shit, well, one of my suggestions as far as the police brutality is, I actually got a list of those. We need, as far as body cameras and things of that nature, that needs to be mandatory. Or that my body camera ain't working and I ain't got the footage. Nah, that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Not only do body cameras need to be tested every day before you go in the field, the footage should be public record. It should go to a public server to where the public can access it, just like all these regular cameras. So now you're completely accountable because everybody's watching what you're doing as a public servant. That's one way. Secondly, we got to understand we asking Klan members to punish Klan members for being Klan members. That ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna ask the chief of police to punish his peoples that he's down with the same program. You know what I'm saying? So that's another issue. Like we gotta understand. All right, this is how I think we gotta correct. First of all, we gotta understand this system right now is working exactly how this system was meant to work. No problem with it. Running 100% to perfection. The only problem is the system was never meant for us and our benefit, which means if we want something that's for our benefit, we got to completely change the system.
Yes.
Period. I mean, we can't say, yo, we're going to take out this cop and this. No, we got to restructure the police department, which was originally slave catchers.
Yeah.
That's how the police department was founded, with slave catchers. So until we can go back and break down the original format of things and reconstruct it from the ground up, yeah, that's the only way we're gonna get some sort of resolution to the issues we're dealing with. Yeah. It's a complete overhaul.
I know what you mean, yes. So how do you feel, so how do you deal with racism and the George Floyd? How did that affect you, George Floyd? How did that affect you as a young man?
The what?
How do you deal with racism? And how did the George Floyd incident affect you? George Floyd.
Oh, the George Floyd?
Yeah. How do you deal with incident? Racism.
Fact is, all right. The thing is, when you come to a situation like George Floyd and the many others, we gotta understand that for every one video footage you see, there's probably about 300, 500 that we don't see. This happens every day in every hood all across America. It's consistent. The fact that we see one and we elevate it and say, look at this, that's interesting. But what we gotta understand is nothing is done yet. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got the marches, which became, all of a sudden after a worldwide pandemic, we had a worldwide movement, which was kind of strange to me. But anyway, the movement is what happened. Did we make any new changes? I know there's been small change, but did we correct the problem? Yeah. No, we didn't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The problem is still there. And just because the news ain't talking about it doesn't mean it's not important to us anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing. What's going on? Like, yeah, George Floyd and the person before that we did our marches for and all this, and we wore the black shirts and all this other stuff. Like, yeah, that's representing and coming out and protesting things like that. That's interesting. And that's good to show you that you care about certain things. But I'm a bottom line type of individual. Like, bottom line, what difference are we making? If we ain't making a difference, and this is all for show. You know what I'm saying? And if it's all for show, I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got no parts of it. You know what I mean? Because there's real things that need to be done. I mean, so that's what we need to focus on, to be honest with you. Like I said, George Floyd and everybody else, like I said, the list goes on. Those are just symbols of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of brothers that they be doing the same thing to all over America. So that's one thing we just got to keep in mind. It's good that we can symbolize one person, but we got to understand that there's so many other brothers in that exact same position, and families and things that my family had the same type of scenario where, I lost a family member because a cop looked at somebody and thought he was involved. He was just a standby.
Oh, wow. So sorry to hear that.
Is questioning him while he's bleeding out. I mean, that.
Yeah, you there?
Breaking the windows and burning down stuff that most of us black people wasn't even doing. It ain't changed shit still. We need change. I mean, we don't need to talk about change. It's like presidency. I've been hearing presidents talk about changes since I was fucking 10 years old, man. Since I started listening.
Yeah.
Every president that came didn't make one bit of difference to my life. I still had to do what I had to do. Still had to make money. Still had to pay the bills, whatever the case. So to be honest with you, you know, that whole thing, I don't even really focus on the presidential aspects because it don't make no real difference to me. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying now. Like I said, I mean, hopefully if we have a good president, we'll make some changes. So, you know, so
and another thing, if we want changes, number one thing is you can't tell people, yo, make sure you go out and vote until you say, yo, first, let's make sure our votes count.
Yeah.
Because that electoral college scenario, like literally everybody right now, if you're at home, whoever's watching the program, do yourself a favor, research 2 words, type in 2 words into Google. One word is popular vote, and the next word is electoral college, right? You'll see that the popular vote is only to show how popular a candidate is. Candidate is selected through electoral college, right? And the electoral college doesn't necessarily have to vote with the people in its constituents. You know what I mean? So our votes ain't being counted. You know what I'm saying? They're being counted on a popular level, but not to choose the presidency. So we got to attack that. That should be a very big issue, even beyond voting and things like that. Let's first make sure that the voting process is appropriate. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get too political. But you know, that's why I don't get political.
Yeah.
Politics is too confusing.
I know it can be, you know, because so, you know, especially since you have Trump, you know, get really confusing. So, but, you know, so I know what you mean.
You mean the grabbing by the Wu-Tang guy? Like, like the fact that he's able to be president. Like, first of all, like I seen a couple of joints on the internet talking about you need more requirement to be a barber, to be a president. Like not even barber. Like let's say, like there's a lot of fields that you gotta have certain qualifications. You can have less qualifications in a lot of different things and still be a president.
Yes.
Like look at Trump.
I know. I can just describe Trump, you know.
The dude ain't never talk higher than a 7th grade level. Every speech I've ever heard, a 7th grader could have done it. You know, but he's the president of the United States, so.
I know. Doesn't make sense, you know, because my opinion, Obama was the best president, you know, not Trump, you know. So, I mean,
see, the thing is too, and you know, shout out to Obama, the first Black president. The problem is, all right, to put this situation, say you drive in a vehicle. This vehicle produces a lot of pollution, right? The way the vehicle designed, the way that the combustion of the gasoline and all that, it produces a high level of toxicity into the air, right? Just by how the machine operates. It doesn't make no difference to who's driving the machine. If your machine, the way the machine is built is pollution, it doesn't make a difference who's driving it. You're gonna get pollution.
Yeah.
You know, Obama actually put one of the heads of Monsanto's as a head of our agriculture. That's a very big bad move for people. So I don't let anybody slide when it comes to the world of politics. You know what I mean? Like until we get somebody that's really trying to change, I ain't hearing it. I just keep maintaining, you know, do your Black businesses, support Black businesses, support each other, and that's our strength. These people ain't fighting our war anyway. So I don't know why all the focus is on them. If you want to sit back and wait for them to save you and get you out of oppression, the same people that's oppressing you, nah, son, you gotta do your own.
I hear what you're saying, you know, because I'm trying to follow you, so you got so much close. I'm trying to follow your leader because I know what you're saying. You know,
I mean, that's what it is. Like you gotta do for yourself. We gotta build our own. I mean, and that's another thing that I think Corona is gonna show people is a lot of those jobs that you've been very dependent on are not gonna be there. So in this scenario, you better start establishing, just in case ain't no jobs out there, you better start establishing ways for you to maintain without those jobs instead of being dependent. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, definitely what you're saying. I agree, you know, because you guys are still looking for yourself, you know, because no one's going to for yourself. I hear what you're saying, you know, so, you know, that's that part, you know, no more subject, but they'll help stop us off here, so, yes.
Right.
Yes, I think what you're saying, you know, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I think we need more people like you to help us, you know, so I definitely what you're saying, you know, yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it's you know, it's a long story. Like we talk about this for hours.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, when it comes to politics and what's going on. But yeah, like I said, I don't really get too deep into it because everybody got their own little outlook. But I definitely, one thing I would like to say is everybody just research. Don't listen to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe the hype. Do your research.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear what you're saying, you know, absolutely.
So make sure you check out GLF ENT. Go to our website, www.glfent.com.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you download that Wu World Radio app. It's on all of your media stores, iPhone, Android, BlackBerry. You know what I'm saying? You can get it on, I believe you can get it on, what's that? The TV joint too. I don't know, it's a Fire Stick or something. TuneIn Radio. You can get us on TuneIn Radio. But yeah, check it out, you know. Real hip hop music right there.
Absolutely. I'll definitely make sure you check it out, you know, because it sounds like it's going to be popping. I can admit, you know, it sounds popping, you know, yeah. And so where can you find you on social media? How can we get in touch?
Social media, Amar Divine, Amar Divine 11 on Facebook, and I think just Amar Divine on Instagram. Like I said, you can find me on our website, glfent.com. And that's it, man. We be making moves. Go to, if you in Massachusetts area, we got, you know, some of the GLF merchandise at Exclusive Music Meet Fashion out in Worcester. Shout out to Jimmy King. I mean, and yeah, it's gonna be coming to a hood near you pretty soon too.
Yeah, it sounds great. Also, I did want to, you know, collaborate with you, know, and meet you in person. I can talk music, you know, maybe get something going or something. I'm ready to get started. We've made some time. It'd be great, you know.
Definitely.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so good. So you can make one, Mike. You can text me up back, you know, we can go from there, okay?
Definitely.
Thank you for anything. That's it. Good to see you. Appreciate it. Okay?
No problem, man. Peace out, bro.
Peace out, son, to you, okay? Peace out.
Yes, sir.
Take care. Peace.
Peace.